Before I go over what can be found here in the master save that I have available for download, just want to make a quick note that I wouldn't have been able to get everything that you're going to be seeing here with a quick show and tell without the help of folks like LazyBone, Kimmy Square, and FC Blazer. Now, LazyBone, you can easily find him over on the mod site, and he's the one who actually made the save editor and the serializer. Now, I'm just on the normal hair save, and that's the only one I intend on uploading. However, if you want to have default Super Saiyan 3 hair, know that there are a couple caveats with that. You cannot change skills or equipment, like while you're in Kanton or in the lobby. So if you want to have that on your Earthlings or Saiyans by default, you will need the serializer, and you'll need to use the thing and then open up the other thing that it spits out. I can show it really quick as an example later on in the vid. But for those who don't care for the show and tell or any of that, just go to the link in the description down below. Only thing I ask is, please make your own characters. Change them up as much as possible. I'm not like Mr. Smith, where I want to see a bunch of me. No, I'm not like that. So please make your own characters. Now, in terms of the show and tell, you'll notice this little symbol above Rain's head, and that is actually a fake. Because the thing with those are like server-based, and I used the tool way back when to get only the first default 8 tournament titles above each of my characters' hats. So they all have like their own, and only like one of them is legit. It's the Cap Support one above, I want to say it's above Crimson. But, yeah. They will appear, like, when you reload Kanton. Only you can see them, unless you're in a room lobby, in which case other people can see them too. But just know that they are fake. They don't even appear by your, name in the pause. So there's that. Now, going over what we have here in the master save. So, very quick show and tell. Make it as quick as I possibly can. There's a lot here. So, all the equipment in the game is here. All of it. Max inventory of all of it. Now, why is that? Because why not? This is the entire game's equipable inventory. All of it. Not counting QQ bangs or, yeah, just QQ bangs, actually. But yeah, these are the ones that'll be included with the save. But they're all maxed out too. Now, whenever you, like, change them around, you may lose these, like, as you're doing so. So keep an eye on that with the editor. And don't worry, I will be actually, maxing these out shortly after the vid. Or shortly after recording, like, they'll be, like, all the way up by the time you go to download the master save. But, anyway, yep, location lookup. Everything is here. All the super attacks, all the ultimate attacks. Awoken skills, evasives, super souls. All the equipment we just went over, that's all going to be in here. Now, the only things I'm not able to get, because they've updated the EAC, is I'm no longer able to get, like, every single festival badge until we figure out a workaround. And by we, I mean mostly Demon. But, so far, no luck. And, also, I'm just gonna have a partner for, like, the time being, just to show you, like, what I have in terms for, like, the, partners. But this will be off when I go to upload the master save again. by default I like having them off. They just get in the way and they irritate me, so. Every option is unlocked for every single one of these guys. And across all 8 save files, they're the same. That took me hours to do. Now, if you want to change them up in any way, feel free to do so. Me personally, I like to go for least amount of key and stamina required to use moves, to use damage with. Same with like my own characters. I'm really cheap in that sense. So for example, with Goku, only 1 bar supers, 3 bar ultimates, Super Saiyan Goku's all the way up to 3, and 2 bar basic. That's it. Now, unfortunately, there's like one character in particular who gets punished the most for that, and that is Gohan Future. So what's funny now is finally he's actually able to clear PQ 122 thanks to level cap increase in time, including the ultimate finish. Usually he struggles with that. Hold on, I got a spot on my screen. Son of a bitch. Come on, I'm recording. Get off! Thank you! Very fickle about that. You should know about that by now. But yeah, if you don't like any of the moves or even looks, of course, that you're seeing on any of them, feel free to change them. I spent hours doing that across all 8 characters, and I'm not doing that again. Now, besides that, a couple things I want to mention. So, all the new story quests, they should all be completely maxed out in Z rank. The entire map should be clear with the exception of 2 people to speak to over on Frieza's spaceship. Because using the tool kind of screwed things up. Midoriya and I think either Cooler or Zarbon. Like, no matter how many times you talk to them with the green question marks over their heads, you cannot complete those. But other than that, all good. There are a couple things I couldn't Z rank and max out the score on in terms of the new mode that came out. I guess the editor just doesn't pick them up. So that dating sim with Sheila and Broly, that's out of the question. All the parallel quests, scores, and ranks, they're completely maxed out. I can show that really quick. I've already done so on every single character. Like so. Now, like the tournaments, of course, there's also going to be a few nicknames missing that I can't get my hands on because, fortunately, those are server-based. But this is probably as master save as it's going to get for a lot of people. And just to quickly cover it, because a lot of my stuff is related to Hero Coliseum. So you'll have the entire inventory completely maxed out. I realize that not many people are going to care for this. You'll have the entire collection. And unfortunately, this is probably where they're going to stop with Hero Coliseum. They stopped a while back. There's so many figures that ought to be in here that just aren't now. Items are all maxed out too. All 3 battles are done and maxed out as well. You have what, in my opinion, are 2 of the 2 best, if not 2 of the best decks in the game that you can use. You got a speed one here, you got a defensive one here. And this is what you'll find for the inventory, if you care about that. You can also mess around a lot with the editor. What's more, only if you care about that sort of thing. And give a damn with Hero Coliseum to begin with. Alright, a couple things left to go over. You'll have all the auras, you'll have all the mascots as well. Now, I don't know if this will carry over for the other floor if you didn't get that individual DLC, or it was like a little box type thing. You got the mascot, and you got a couple other things with it. I don't remember exactly what they were, but you'll have 2 of these if you ended up getting that. Or you might actually have it in the save file. I don't know. And that's another thing you're going to keep in mind as well. If you don't have all the DLC, well, you might not have access to some of this stuff. However, if you are on PC, look up this thing called Koala Gadded. Only use version 1. Do so at your own risk. Essentially what it does is it gives you free access all the DLC. You don't keep it on your account, but as long as you have Koala Gadded downloaded and installed, you will have access to all the DLC. Paid or otherwise. So just keep that in mind. For very obvious reasons, I cannot provide a link to it. So search for it, download at your own risk. Every single artwork in the game is here. Of which there are officially well over 1,000 at this point. It's ridiculous. All the special artworks, including all the current contest winners. There's probably going to be at least 8 more of those, next year in 26. And 08 artworks from that fading sim thing with G-Line and Broly. Some of them are pretty cute. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the master save. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. Highly recommend checking out RC Blazer and Kiwi Foursquare. Again, without them, I wouldn't have been able to put this master save together. Which, speaking of, just really quick, just thanks to RC, I was able to get all the both RC and Kiwi Foursquare. So RC and I, we gifted the badges back and forth. Fortunately, we haven't found a way to do that at all of the 6 festival badges because, well, they updated the EAC. Anytime we try to use the triggers and playable, it just won't work. It'll close the game when we try to go online with it. And also, speaking of that thing, I uninstalled it recently. Because apparently, the last download that I got for it was giving my PC issues. So, I had to get the PC taken in. Luckily, they were able to locate those and get rid of them. But, yeah, just be careful with that. Be careful with anything you download. Like, even with a master save, which should be completely safe, just make sure you scan it, because I don't want malware to get into your systems or anything. But yeah, that's going to cover it for the vid and for the show and tell. I'll provide a link to the master save that out in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.